And actually, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Because I know me.
You know, so that's our life's mission. That's the McShin's mission.
You don't have to understand my boundaries to respect them.
Well, no, I'm the president and co-founder of McShin, a person in long-term recovery from substance use disorders.
How do you go about fixing the damage in the trust between the family after you get out?
Okay, I gotta work on that.
Celebrating my 6 months. Didn't have cake.
Yeah.
God, she's scary.
Yeah. I got you. I got you. Good evening, everybody. My name is Marshall, and I'm an addict. A grateful recovering addict. Hey, I want y'all to understand, today is one of them days I could have slept all day. I feel the same way you felt. I could have slept all day. I chose to come here. Part of what I want to talk about tonight is the two things that we have when we wake up in the morning: a chance and a choice. A chance and a choice when we wake up in the morning. And I say that because, man, it's all indications that the work starts in here. But the work, man, is actually out there. Out there. How you deal with your emotions. How you deal with your emotions. I go back to what I said earlier. Man, I could have slept all day. But I had a commitment. I made a commitment to do this. So I show up, man. Same thing, I had a job, man. I had a commitment, to do a job, man. I had a commitment to go to jail, you know. Commitment means something. That's me processing and handling my emotions, you know. And that's part of the choices that I make today. Part of the choices that I make. I'm so grateful to have a choice. Because one thing that really pisses anybody off is when they take your choices away. Man, I just had a thought, right? How it blows my mind. You know, wait a minute. It blows my mind. Now, like y'all in here, and we got females in here, you know. The CEO had to tell the girls, and probably told the guys the same thing. Act like you done seen a man before. And tell the dudes, act like you done seen a woman before. You know what I mean? Act like you done seen a woman before. It blows my mind how once you incarcerated, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, all of that is gone. That disappears. And your thinking is, if I don't get that shit, I'm gonna die. You know, that's what you tell yourself. If I don't get that, I'm gonna die. If I don't have me a girl, I'm gonna die. You know the stupid messages that we tell ourselves. And we live by that shit. You know? This is what this thing is all about. Man, revisit some of that stuff, man. Some of those illogical messages that we carried around. Some of those illogical emotions that we follow. Revisit that stuff, man. That stuff ain't always the real deal. That stuff ain't 100. You know? I used to tell myself, man, I'll try anything once. Y'all done heard me say that before. I'll try anything once. Man, that done got me in so much trouble. It don't even, only reason they enter my lips now is when I'm here speaking. Because no more. I process things, man. I process things. And I get back to the point, man, I come here because I got a mission. I got a purpose to do what I do. Because I know for y'all, I want you to understand, man, how much work starts when you leave here. How much work starts when you leave here. You step out that door, man, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks. And you're going to be wondering what happened. Man, there's so many stories about guys that got out. 2 days later, they back in. They back over at the Richmond City Jail. They back in receiving somewhere. And you're like, now, how that happen? How that happen? I mean, we hear the stories all the time. Somebody leave treatment. A week later, they back. You know? They ain't do the work, man. They ain't do the work, man. You know? They miss some common sense stuff, man. And some of this stuff that goes on with changing our lives, we got it. We already got it. We just haven't gotten it to it yet. It's there, you know? And I know it's the same thing. I mean, when I say about this, you know, about y'all looking at the women and all that, some dudes, man, would get sent back to the tier looking at a female. You know, like whatever it is that I'm going through don't make a difference. Stop telling yourself, man, a bunch of bullshit. Oh, I had to make an announcement tonight. If anybody go to the bathroom, make sure you ain't got toilet tissue hanging out your pants. Clean yourself up while you're in there. You know what I'm saying? You know? But the idea behind that is we subject to make a mistake. We can make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? It was funny. I mean, we were funny. I know it wasn't funny to him, but we got to laugh about it. Anybody that go to the bathroom, remember that. You know what I mean? That's right. That's right. My message today, life does not have meaning until you give it meaning. Life does not have meaning until you give it meaning. And it ain't my call to tell you what to give it. I don't know what you can do to give your life some meaning. Get married, have some kids, or whatever it is, you know, to have some meaning. I just tell you my changes since I got here. I understand life is generational. Life is generational. I got a grandchild that's 3 years old. I got a daughter that's 48 years old. Son in between. Life is generational. I was telling my daughter the other day, man, girl, if something happened to you, I don't know, you know, how those kids will survive, you know? And that's my prayer, man. My prayer is for my grandchild that's 3 years old. My prayer used to be for my daughter. My prayer used to be for me. This thing is generational. It ain't all about me no more. And it ain't all about you no more. You know? Man, you got to revisit some of this stuff that you got up here, man. And I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for change. I'm an advocate for the McShin Foundation. You know? Man, what's trending now is going somewhere to get help. It ain't trending no more to think, this stuff that we hear, oh, I'm good, I got it. That shit didn't last long. And it played out real fast. What's trending is going somewhere and get you some help. I don't care what kind of help you need, but they got resources out there where you can go get some help. That's why McShin is here. McShin, I love McShin. I hitched my wagon to John 34 years ago. And this is my life. This is the meaning of my life. I do this on a regular basis, but I got other things that I do that's built around recovery. And man, this life is beautiful. I sent Moses, our speaker, I sent him a text the other week that said, I bet your 24-year-old self, and I'm talking about me, will see yourself now and be real glad that you made, the changes and the choices that you made. Life to have some meaning. I don't want to be no jailbird, no felony, no felon. You know, that was one of the things that I thought about when I was leaving the penitentiary. I ain't gonna wear that stigma all my life, you know? And I didn't. I didn't wear that stigma all my life. My life has some meaning today, and it's centered around recovery. You what? It ain't bad. Me and my wife tell each other a joke every day. We keep each other laughing, you know? And I love it. I love it. Again, man, John Shinhauser, for some of y'all that don't know, John hasn't been here for the last couple of weeks, but John Shinhauser is the co-founder of McShin. And these people, man, have been working miracles. If you get to the point, man, where you don't have nowhere to go, and you don't know where to go, this is a resource for you. This is why we come here. This is trending, asking for help. It's so, the connection between mental health and drugs is much different than what it was 10, 15 years ago. And I mean, I've read it. A lot of people that were addicted to drugs started having mental health issues. A lot of people that had mental health issues became addicted to drugs. It's real close, man. My take on some of the things that's going on today. People are not grounded. People are not grounded. You know? I got grounded through McShin. That was my first step in becoming grounded. That was my first step in staying clean for 35 years, come September the 1st. You know, I'm grounded. You heard me use the word process. I'm processing stuff, you know? And I mean, I'm not the only one that just blessed with that. That blessing is for you too, man, for you as well, man, you know? Here's my guy, John Shinhauser, co-founder of McShin. I love this guy. Hey, John, I ain't talking for 10 minutes.
You did good, man.
I did good.
You did real good.
Love you, man.
I love you. Give Marshall another hand, man. You know, I was driving out here, and I was thinking how lucky we are to be able to come up in here, bring y'all a meeting, bring some people in here in recovery that have been there and done what you're doing, and then give you some options when you get out of here, because you don't realize very few jails across this country allow us for this kind of stuff. Now, I don't know if you feel lucky or not, but you really are. And Pam can back me up on what I'm saying. It ain't easy trying to carry this message of hope to other jails nationwide. So I just think it's amazing that the sheriff, you know, this won't happen without Pam coming down here when she should probably be at home taking care of family business. And I know y'all really appreciate it because I can feel it and I can see it. So that makes it even better for us to come down here when I know our efforts aren't wasted and our words don't fall on deaf ears. But I was listening intently to Marshall, and I got to thinking after he made that announcement about the toilet paper hanging out your ass. First thought I thought of was, if that's the case, you're in the wrong place, man. This ain't the right spot for you. But I remember my wife one time, we were coming out to Waldorf, a hotel in D.C., and she had some toilet paper hanging out. I said, oh! So I actually know what that vision looks like. Don't tell her I repeated that story, though. You know, our speaker tonight is take this for what it's worth. He's a real trailblazer. And whenever I hear the trailblazer sentence used, to me, I think, who were the first people to blaze trails in a particular space or time? And here recently, like I'll use the African Americans, Black Americans. You know your history. Some of you do, some of you don't. But somebody had to be the first black man to break the color barriers. Is what I see on TV when I watch these documentaries. First professional football players, baseball players, first black astronaut, the first black general, the first black female, whatever. And years ago, when you came to a 12-step meeting in Richmond, Narcotics Anonymous, it was predominantly a white fellowship. You didn't see black folks. You didn't see many. You didn't see many stick or stay. When I got clean, Moses, our speaker, was here before I got here. And what's more important than that, he stayed. And he got recovery, and he's been working now for over 41 years helping people recover. The man is a genuine gentleman in recovery. And I can only imagine what it must have been like 41 years ago, stepping into an arena of predominantly white people. And he's an elderly gentleman, so he came through the civil rights movement. He came through all the hatred and the racism and prejudice. He probably grew up with that. And then he steps into this world of whiteness, and he hears that message, this is what's going to save your ass. I can only imagine what he must have been thinking. But to blaze this trail, now if you go to an NA meeting in the Richmond area, the Richmond area NA is predominantly a black community. And I would dare say there's probably more black meetings than white meetings. And a black man can now come into NA, and if you're comfortable with your community, you can go to an all-black meetings. They're out there. And I just say that as just a matter of fact, a reality. So me and Moses, we've been friends this entire time. We've done many road trips together. We've done lots of service work together. We worked together. And I had the time of my life riding out here tonight with Moses, driving down 64. He don't see too good, and he don't pay attention much. He don't realize how bad a driver I am. So I didn't have to hear about him bitching about my driving. But we're both getting up there. We both forget a lot of things. And when we came through the gate, they took our ID back there. I said, Moses, don't let us forget our IDs. He goes, you're forgetting who you're talking to. And remind us to get our IDs on the way out. But pay close attention to what this man has to say. He doesn't speak loud like me and Marshall. He's not a loud person. He is a wise man. And every time I hear him share, I pay attention because I always learn something. And I know you will too. So let's give a nice warm welcome for Moses, our speaker tonight. More. Trailblazer.
Right. But I'm an addict. My name is Moses, addict in recovery, without a doubt. And I like the fanfare. That's about as close as I'll get to stardom. I don't think I'll ever be with Jay-Z, but I'd like to be. I'd like to be famous and rich and all that other stuff. I forget I am rich, right? Before coming into Narcotics Anonymous and being dubbed an addict, that meant to me that I drank whiskey, shot dope, and snorted Valiums like a madman. It's nothing like what's going on out here now, but the behavior is the same. I would do anything to get my fix. Anything. I mean, anything? Anything. And thank God that I made it through. Marshall was talking about recovery and how great it is. I can think of the first time that I came down here to this reservation. This wasn't here. There was a old wooden building over in the corner that had a wooden walkway, unheard of to house people. That was a long time ago. My cousin was down here at that time. He's dead now. Guess what he died from, right? Yeah, he was a dope fiend. He was true to the bone a dope fiend. I learned from him. I wanted to be like him. I didn't make it, you know. But what I got was a better understanding of why I act like I act. One of the things that you've told me since I've been in recovery is one is too many and 1,000 never enough. Now, what does that mean to me? I'm believing it means the same thing to you. If you got it, give it to me and keep it coming. Keep it coming. Nobody in here or anywhere else has enough to keep me going. If I'm using, I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. Now I probably wouldn't stand up long enough to have it all, but I want it all. You know, if it feels good, give me more, right? Marshall was talking about the women and the men, and they're like, see, what I've learned since I've been here is that my attraction to you guys, right? I mean, I want it all. You understand? I want it all. You understand what I'm saying? I'm begging. You understand? I want it all. You know, now, this is a man who's 76 years old, and it really don't matter no more. You know? It really don't matter no more, you know. But I'm grateful. Marshall talked about coming here and what it brings to him. I'm grateful for the fact that somebody pushed me into treatment. Now, I didn't get to the 12-step approach of recovery until I had been through other programs about 13 different times, right? Anybody remember Rubicon? Familiar with it? Yeah, I lived there. I lived there to the point that they told me, you can't come back here anymore. If you're going to die, you're going to have to die somewhere else, because I couldn't follow the rules. But see, they didn't understand what this disease, that's the way we refer to it, this condition of addiction is such that one is too many and 1,000 never enough. Now, my wife tells me often, she says, man, another pair of shoes, where you gonna put them? Got a closet full of clothes, right? One is too many, and 1,000 never enough, you know. My story, I believe, is a lot like yours, right? I tell you, the person that I identify most with sitting in here is the one. Can I use you? Can I use you? Can I? See, this is me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. How long is this shit gonna last? I'm not saying that's you. How long is this shit gonna last? Because I got something back in the... Huh? No? Damn, I missed it. But see, who I can identify with is, I'm here, take care of what you got to take care of so that I can go back and do something else. I always need one more thing to do. One is too many, and 1,000 never enough. Now see, this isn't my first time here. I've come here and done groups and the like, and was excited about it every time, right? I remember saying to folks at the end of each session, when especially the guys who were on the way home, anybody on the way out? Anybody? Yeah. You know, I would say, this is my number. Give me a call, not when you leave, call me before you leave so that we can hook up. How many calls did I get? I did this about 4 years. How many calls did I get? How many calls did I get? None. Why do you think that is? Why would no one call me with this opportunity that I'm offering folks? Why would no one call me? Come on, somebody say it. Huh? Not ready to change? I couldn't change. I couldn't change. And I did not know why. So what was left for me, keep doing the same thing. Keep on doing the same. One day, after like my 7th time in the methadone program, my counselor, who's dead and gone, said to me, I want to see what a middle-class black man does with some real recovery. You know, I wondered who he was talking about, middle-class black. Who is that? You understand? I just want to get this misery off of me. Anybody ever did methadone? Am I the only one? When you kick, what do you feel like? Oh my God. And I did it over and over and over again. I looked to methadone as my saving grace. When couldn't do dope anymore, put me on the methadone program. Why? Huh? Huh? It's the same thing. I just want to be high. I wanted to be anything but me. Anything but me. My mama had a lot of hope for her baby boy. I mean a lot of hope. And so did my daddy, who loved me. My dad had a grocery store in the West End, right? And we were seen as a family that did all right, right? I remember several times that I went through the program that I would go by the store and load up on beer and take it back to the treatment program. How crazy is that? I mean, what's the reason in that? Huh? Because I didn't know what else to do. That's the only way that I knew how to act. See, when I think about this condition of addiction, and Marshall mentioned that it's a cousin to mental health, mental illness, right? I got it. I believe it. I'm here in this place right now because I'm not all there. I'm following John and Marshall around because I don't know my way. You believe that? No? It's the truth. I'm driving the nicest little sporty car that you ever want to see. I'm telling you. When I think about it, I think about when, I don't know what the grocery store was up on Curry Street at the time, but I had my suit on, you know, and these cake crusher boots, and I would go in the store Sunday morning to do what? Huh? Huh? Yeah, I need them steaks down in my boots. Right. Oh my God. Sunday morning. Anybody know about Sunday morning for an addict? What is Sunday morning like? Woo-wee! Yeah. It's hard to find a dope man on Sunday morning unless you slept with him. I ain't talking about me, but I would. Yeah, we can be in the same room together. I want to be where you are when you get to the door. Ain't nothing gay about me at all. I just want the door, right? Oh, my God. You know, and there are a million stories in the naked city. A million. And mine is only one. Only one. See, I don't know what you did to get here, but I know what it's like in the sense that you are who I hung out with at home. I remember at B.O.'s house, we'd watch The Naked City, and when I go in, of course, I had to bring something because I wasn't as hip as those guys. So I had Pete Sands and Richard's Wild Irish Rose, right? And I pulled my pistol out when we got there, just like everybody else. I had a blue steel white, a blue steel left-hand wheel. And I did not carry that thing like it was a part of me until a guy came from the penitentiary, and the first question he asked me, "Moses, you still carry that big long blue gun?" I said, "Oh my God, that ain't the way I want to be known, because I ain't shooting this thing, I'm just carrying it, right? Can't fight my way out of paper bag, you know, but I like a good reputation, right? I want to be known as the shit. Really, I'm telling you, you know, that's how they got me into treatment the last time. The guy said, "I want to see how a guy like you does in this," you know. Man, I'm telling you, when we would go to meetings out in Cumberland, Virginia, right? And, huh? Huh?
I'm not allowed in that state no more.
Oh, okay. I hear you. And there would be a meeting, and we'd meet in garages and that kind of thing. But see, I had my trench coat, and I was sitting back in the corner with my arms folded. You understand? That's the way I carried it, right? Now, in treatment, what my counselor said to me is that we near the end of my time there, she said, "We need to send you somewhere so you can learn some manners, because you don't know how to act." You know, she knew I was perpetrating, right? She knew I wasn't a gangster. She knew that I was not the black, you know, guy that I was trying to be, right? She knew this. She said, "You need to learn some manners. So you need to learn how to be yourself." didn't want to be me. I was not exciting at all. I didn't want to be me. What she did was say, we're going to send you to Newport News to the halfway house after you finish your time here. You know, I said, uh-oh, she's trying to start something now. Because, see, I was used to the halfway houses here, right? And I knew what to do. I knew where they were. I knew how to go around the side alley and do what, you know, she said, I'm going to fix all of that. Sent me to Newport News. When I got there, the town was abandoned. We were on West Avenue, up the street from the shipyard, right? I mean, nowhere, you know? Now, what I found out was that something in me had changed. I didn't know what, but something had changed. And when the guys were cleaning the house up, right, and when they said, you know, well, we're going to go over to the projects, steal out, and go get us some dope, a voice came from somewhere that said, no, man, that ain't what we're here for. I said, whoa, who was that? I don't know that guy. You know, if you point the way, I'm going. That's what I want to do. But something had started to change in me. I stayed down there for 9 months. 9 months. And when I came home, what I noticed was that there were no people that I shot dope with. They weren't around. I didn't see them. They weren't doing this recovery thing. And I couldn't understand why, because I had had an awakening. Something about me was changing. I didn't know it, Marshall, but there's my mission. I didn't know it, but there's my mission. See, Wickham Court, Gilpin Court, Hillside Court, you know, and I can just go down the list. That was home for me. That's where I hung out. No meetings, just folk using. That's it. I had had an awakening, and I saw something different. I tell you what, to my amazement, the white folks that were here and in recovery took care of me better than my mama. And nobody took care of me better than my mama. But they did. I had never run into anything like this in all my life, you know. The first meeting that I can remember starting was in Moby Coat. You hear I said that, right? Moby Coat, right? See, that's where I did a lot of my using. I happened to have a job with the housing authority, which gave me some access to the facility there, you know? And see, I've been going to meetings long enough to hear that recovery is everywhere. If you want to see how it works, start a meeting and see what happens. Of course, my mind said nobody's going to follow me crazy stuff, recovery, right? Not using, right? And believing in it. That wasn't me. That was not me. But what I found out was, started a meeting there, started a meeting over here, started a meeting over there, even was a part of an outpatient program that we had in Gilpin Court. Can you believe that? Anybody know about Gilpin Court? Can you believe that? A meeting. And see, I was driving the van and picking people up from different developments, right? Can you believe that? I couldn't. I was convinced one day when a lady peeped out the window and said, so-and-so is coming. Don't leave her. I said, oh my God, she must care. Most of my riders were women. Thank God for y'all. Most, because see, y'all won't come. Couldn't get y'all to budge, right? But the women, you know, and the old people looking out the window telling me, we like what you're doing. Don't leave nobody. We want this to continue. You know, I mean, that was almost as good as Jay-Z for me. You know, somebody's buying me, leading them in recovery. I couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. You know, like I said, I'd been down here before, right? And I just think that nobody, no one deserves to be in a penitentiary. That's just my feeling. Nobody. One of the things, it's kind of ugly, right, that I would do when I was about to leave, I would tell the guys where I was going when I left here. My first stop is that little grocery store side of the road station going up 64, and I was going to get me a great big Snickers. Is that the one with the nuts in it? Yeah, and a Pepsi Cola. I would tell them what I was going to do, because to me, that represented freedom. And I wanted you to have it enough to hear me and want to follow me to get that Snickers and that Pepsi, right? Oh my God. Now, I just told you a moment ago that regardless of who I gave my number to, right, and I was working at a place called OAR. Anybody familiar with? Yeah, I was working at OAR. So that means I had resources, right? And I would ask for, you know, just call me. Did it happen? Y'all already told me. Nope, did not happen. Does that mean that nobody wants a different life? Is that what that means? Huh? Huh? Yeah, folks want a different life, but if you're anything like me, don't even know how to start the journey to be somebody, don't even know how. Don't even know how. I was in a group this morning with 4 women. I like women. I do. I like women. I like working with women, right? And we were talking about how do you change from who you are sitting right here to being somebody else. How do you do it? Nobody got the answer to that. Nobody has the answer. But, woo! I know how to open some doors. What doors would that be? Well, see, I'm kind of educated now, but most of all, I got some experience, right? What door would that be that I could help you to open? Somebody tell me. What door is that, huh? Huh? Sobriety, okay. All right. Would you accept clean time? Okay. Because you know what we say, right? Don't pick up. That's the key. Don't pick up. Anybody believe that? Don't pick up. January 4th is my clean date. And John was saying, I'm right behind him. I've got 41 years. Wait a minute, because I smile when I say that. 41 years I have not been chasing that thing. See, what you just did is what they did at one of the first meetings I went to at the confectioner's hall over in Southside when I got out of the program. For 1 year, when I walked down the aisle, what did they do? Do it again, please. Do it again. That's what I'm talking about. That's the door that gets open. See, I can accept from you that I've got a chance. I can accept from you that if I follow you, we can learn some things. Now see, I like women, right? Because they're the best boosters when I was youth, right? And I wanted to be a thief, right? So I hang around with them, right? I'm not kidding. I just wanted to be a thief, and they were good, right? And they weren't as crazy as y'all. You know what I'm saying? Going in and grab and snatch and shit. You know, but with the women, they said to me one day, real nice about it too. They said, don't you go to that store no more. Why do you think they told me that? Huh?
She said because they be watching you.
Because I'm blowing the tip. We got a good thing going, you going in there and messing it up. Man, I ain't want to hear that mess. You know, I knew they were telling the truth because I was not a thief and I didn't have any eloquence about me. What I liked about thieves is that they were smooth. Not you guys, but these. They were smooth until their habit got so big that they do anything. They start doing like these guys. You know, it was all over then. It was all over. Because what happens to thieves? Come on now, help me. What happens to thieves? Huh? Somebody said they get caught. That's it. They get caught, right? And I'm chasing them like my life depends on it. What you say there? They get told on. See, that's part. Yeah, she said they get told on. That's part of it. That's part of it. Have you ever known an addict? Well, yeah, you have. How do addicts act when they're desperate to get their fix? Unpredictable. Ready to do anything. You know? Oh, my God. And see, these were the people that I wanted to hang out with. Why? Because I didn't know nothing. I didn't have a... See, now, my mother was a school teacher. My daddy had a community store, right? They would call me the poor little rich boy. But I didn't want to be that. I didn't understand my life. I didn't want to be that. I wanted to be rowdy. I wanted to be like y'all. And I tried my best. The only thing that I succeeded at was using more and more and more. That was the only thing. And every time I looked around, I didn't go to penitentiary, but I was in treatment every year. Every year. What's wrong with this picture? Tell me what's wrong with that picture to end up here repeatedly. What's wrong with that picture? If anything, might not be anything. What's wrong with that picture? Marshall told me about it just now. Get stripped of all your personal dignity. Yeah, I said it. Get stripped of all your personal dignity, right? Now here I am, dope fiend, 41 years clean, right? You see the people I hang out with, right? They're the ones I hang out with, right? Why? Why, huh? Clean time. What else? Huh? They keep me clean. How in the world do they do that? You had to open your mouth. How do they keep me clean? How do they do that? Huh? Huh? Huh?
Doing the next right thing for the next right reason.
Does that compute with me?
Does now.
Huh?
Does now.
Yeah, you're right. It does. It computes with me now. It didn't at one time, right? Just for today. Did you hear him? This is it. See, I'm still a dope fiend, and I'm convinced that my disease will take me down. All it takes is for me to use. That's it. One time, right? Now, it took a while for me to believe that, right? I couldn't believe it while I was still out there active. It took time for me being down or in a treatment center and around people who had found out how not to use one day at a time. Best thing I ever ran into, right? Best thing I ever ran into. Gave me an opportunity to get to know me a little bit. Gave me a chance to be around people who helped me to be able to see that I was worth the time that God had put me on this earth for. My mama couldn't tell me. My daddy couldn't tell me. Why you think that is? Huh? Huh? Had to tell myself what? Huh? I knew everything. I like that. Didn't know nothing. Didn't know jack. Right? But see, there are other people who were in the same shape that I was in who found out that this thing can be different. Now, what I want to know is, where do I take my magic wand and wave it so that I can help to save somebody? Y'all down with magic wands? Y'all watch cartoons and that kind of stuff? Magic wands, you believe it? Huh? Waving it now. I'm waving it now. And you know what? Look, so are you, because you responded to me. Yeah, I love attention. Oh, love attention, right? You did it. I recognize. See, you got that gap in your mouth? I had one when I had my teeth, right? And they always told me that it was a lie gap. You ever heard that? No? Well, that ain't true. I changed that to that was God's gift to me, spatial personality. I worked that sucker, didn't I? Yeah, I worked that. Yeah. And see, that's what recovery has given me an opportunity to change those negatives that people gave to me. Most of them, they didn't even know they were giving it to me. That I hate everybody for. Anybody mad at the folks at home? Yeah. You know, and guess what? They mad at you. Yeah. See, when I do groups with loved ones, families of recovering folks, the addict and the family members are thinking the same thing. What do you think that is? Huh? Who said? What did he say? Huh? Yeah. Why do you think the parents and the addicts, the loved ones and the addicts are thinking the same thing? Huh? The same disease. What does that mean? See, shame and guilt, that's what's underwriting this whole thing. Parents say, oh my God, I didn't do enough. I didn't take care of my babies. And the addicts are saying what? Huh? I'm disappointing everybody. Nobody loves me anymore. What can I do to get back in their good graces? That's the way I hear it all the time. But see, what I've learned is that it's better for me to introduce this as a no-fault condition. What do you think I mean by that? This is a no-fault condition. Huh? Can't control it. I didn't cause it, and nor can I cure it. Because guess what? There is no cure for this condition, nothing on the books. As a matter of fact, it's getting worse every day, except for folks who are in what? Recovery. There's something to that. The lie is dead. Once an addict, always, nope, 41. Nope. I didn't use today. I did not use today. Let's see, 5:30. I've been up since 7. Pretty good. Huh? That's 6:30. I can't even read. I'm better than I thought I was, right? So that means that I've only got a couple of more hours in this day. Let me tell you what's on my mind for the rest of this day. Let me tell you. Oh, you tell me. What do you think I'm looking forward to? Huh? I'm not doing sugar right now, right? Yeah, I'm not doing sugar right now. But to eat, that's what I'm looking forward to. What am I going to eat tonight? When I eat, then I'm down. It's all over. It's all over. See, that's my day. I didn't use this morning. I haven't used during the day, I probably will make it. Probably, I'm riding with John, I'm pretty sure I'll make it through the rest of the day. I've learned, and it's one of the best things that has happened to me, is that I can only live one day at a time. Yesterday is what? Gone. Yesterday is gone. Now, as I say that, yes, I have done some things that I got to pay for. If I can make a short journey of this, then I'm free again. Start over again. I only have one day. This is the only day yesterday is gone. Tell me about tomorrow. Huh? Huh? I beg your pardon. Don't take my tomorrow from me. But it's gotten here yet. It is not here yet. See, but what I'll do is I'll project into what I want to happen. Right? That's taken care of today as long as I do what I need to do in today. It took me a while to get that one. Right? Took me a while. But it's real in my life. Right? You know what I thought about? My car. I just thought about my car. I forgot, y'all. You know something? That's the kind of self-centered guy I am. One is too many. 1,000, never enough. I want more, 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 more. And have no idea how to get it. The only way to get it is for me to stay where? In today. Right here. I am so blessed in this day. If I can let it in, then my job is done. Tomorrow has not gotten here yet. If I can remember that, I'll do well. Certainly will. Thank y'all for letting me share a little time with you.
Anybody got any questions for Moses?
Questions, yeah.
Thoughts, comments, questions?
Yeah. Catch me in a lie. Come on. Catch me in a lie. Come on.
Catch him in a lie.
Yeah, catch me in a lie. Because I'm a liar, cheat, and a thief. Right? That's a dope fiend label. A liar, cheat, and a thief. I couldn't use if I wasn't. Right? Come on, catch me in a lie. All right.
Hey, I got it, bro.
All right.
I got it. Yeah.
Oh, you got nice. So look, right? So look, you just woke up one day and was like, I ain't getting high no more.
No.
You just woke up one day and was like, I'm just not getting high.
No.
How it happened?
No. Let me tell you about my last treatment experience that was only 28 days that lasted one. And then somebody told me where to go, right? When I got there for the first 3 or 4 months, I was going around to churches and doing this and that, trying to find some peace because it did not come automatically. It did not come like that. Huh? Had to what? I like that. Yeah, with recovering people. Not using one day at a time. They add up. Yeah. No, it does not happen. It hadn't been my experience. It doesn't happen just like that. No. I had some painful days and nights on my way to there, but I had support. Okay.
How you doing?
Hey.
Appreciate you for coming, man.
Thank you.
But I want to ask you, what you do with that long blue gun you used to carry?
The what?
The long blue gun. What you do with the long blue gun?
I don't know. It's long gone. It's long gone. And guess what? I don't want to see another one. I don't want to own one, right? Because I believe what the cowboys said, you know, all right, you live by the gun. Uh-huh. How long was it?
I said, how long or how hard was it for you to stay sober?
Well, I tell you what happened. I'll tell you what happened the first 3 months. I was depressed. Yeah. And see, that would have really been something had my first sponsor had not told me that he went through the same thing.
Did you have support?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So what would you do if you didn't have no support?
Huh?
What would you do?
I would never know. Well, do what I did. Get with other recovering folk. Don't use. You don't look like you ever used nothing in your life, girl. That's right. Yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah, give Moses another hand, man.
Yeah.
May not seem like we're on much of a time schedule, but we kind of are. Can't thank you enough for coming out, paying attention, being part of this meeting. Can't thank the sheriff enough for letting us continue to come out here. And it's oorah. Ow! Who said that, man? Yeah, another Marine. I like it. We'll be back in 2 weeks. And as usual, we'll try to bring wonderful recovering people out here. Thank you so much for tonight. Y'all have a good night.